Hola, hermanos y hermanas. Welcome to the MF show for Friday, October 15th. Going to run through a couple college football games for Friday night. Look at some of the Bellator action for Bellator 268 this weekend. We will touch on in further detail and stuff when we do the UFC full card breakdown, everything else after the weigh-ins tomorrow. Tomorrow also going to be streaming my first whatever podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it, of the Double Dribble show with one of my best friends, Elliot. We're doing that NBA show once or twice a week for the NBA season. That starts tomorrow. But then we'll also break down the Astros Red Sox series real quick, what we're looking at in game one. So relatively quick show today. Thursday night. The under in the South Alabama Georgia Southern game, it's annoying that I think the matchup handicap was right. But those little intangible factors about Georgia Southern being kind of beat up, how they'd respond to the adversity. They kind of responded fine in general to the adversity, but just like specific blips on the map, just allowing huge plays, just getting them into third downs and allowing like the dope Bentley to break free. I don't necessarily think it was a bad handicap from the matchup, but intangible wise, probably the things I should have mentioned. Should have kept this off or just put us on like a South Alabama play. The Giants played definitely the wrong play against the Dodgers. Got a little carried away with Webb. I should have probably thought about it from the perspective of he wasn't going to pitch better than his first outing. And then I was wrong about the 7-8-9 part. I thought Kapler, Gabe Kapler, you're a good-looking guy, but you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. I don't know. I would not have gone back to Duvall for 2 innings again. He gets you his longest outing in his career, so you just push it to a multiple inning outing again. I don't know. Not what I would have done, but they did force the Dodgers to burn more Scherzer. I don't know about that move either. Dave Roberts, that's like the manager of the two, or the matchup of the two dopey managers. Dave Roberts already putting his team behind the 8 ball for this Braves series. Absolutely love it. The Braves are winning that series. I can't wait to see what that comes out on. Load up on some more Braves. Take them game one. Are we going to get like a Max Fried, Walker Buehler matchup? Game one we get to hammer. So we'll take the Braves. When that comes out, that'll be exciting. But yeah, let's just dive right into today's ep. We have, I'm not going to play it big, but I am going to play some Clemson minus 13.5. We'll see if the number continues to go down. It broke through the key 14. Everyone's going to be on Syracuse here. Clemson's stock is as low as it can possibly be. I don't know. I think it's starting to look a little bit, that Georgia loss is starting to look a little bit better. 10-3, holding them to 10 points. This defense is still elite. It's still like a top 7, top 5 defense in the country. You see what limits Georgia to 10 when being on the field most of the game, producing basically no offense, and limiting Devin Leary to 14 points in regulation. I think Devin Leary at NC State is the best quarterback in the country, and I don't think it's that close. I think he's going to be an absolute stud, star, balls on the table guy in the NFL. I got Nedra James. Look, yeah, balls on the table. I think Devin Leary is so freaking good. Limited him to 14 points. Schrader's I actually think he's like an okay, winner kind of tough quarterback guy, but against this Clemson defense, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Syracuse is in a spot kind of like Georgia Southern yesterday, where how are they going to respond to losing 2 close games on last-second field goals against Florida State and Wake Forest in consecutive weeks? How do they respond here, especially against a really tough defense and a really tough task? Dino Babers' teams haven't exactly shown tremendous resiliency in the past. Just need something out of Ukulele here, whatever. I don't know. It feels like one of these weird, in the middle of the football season, the pro football season, college football season, you just get fucking backwards ass just weeks, and where turnovers go their way and momentum swings, whatever. I just think we're buying Clemson stock at least at an ultimate low Ugalele kid be somewhat decent, and they'll cover. I don't know, it just feels like one of those games where it's going to be like 14-17 nothing after like 10 minutes, and you're like, what happened? San Diego State, San Jose State, the nightcap. We're going to take the under 41. It is a low number. I don't think it matters. It's not going to go too much lower, and it's probably not going to break back up through 42, that key number. So we need less than 6 touchdowns scored. I don't know how they're going to score more than like 2 combined. Defenses are the strengths of both teams. I've gotten to catch San Jose State a few times. I watched them against Hawaii. I watched them against Western Michigan, and I watched them one other time. Holy unimpressed every single time I flipped on. I mean, the defense actually like seems like it has some like they're decently fundamentally sound, whatever. Play some decent defense, but the offense terrible. Starkle terrible. I mean, that's what I think they were known for like last year. They're building this kind of around good defense. The Brennan guy that came in, like complete culture change, build it around defense. He stretched the field a bit with Starkle. The Mississippi State transfer makes sense. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe people figured it out, but it ain't working this year. It is ugly. I don't think they're scoring many points on San Diego State, who, while Rocky Long left, keep the tradition going. San Diego State hasn't allowed many points to damn near anyone. I mean, they allowed 31 to Utah, but that was in overtime. So that looks good. They don't have... I think maybe this would be one of those kind of games where maybe they're on the field so much that they just start racking up points, kind of like South Alabama today. But the Logan Johnson kid, the Georgia Tech transfer, I'm not a big fan of. They don't have. I like them with the Brookshire kid. I like that kid. Not a big fan of this Logan Johnson guy. San Jose State's defense would seem to have to be the thing that keeps them in it. I don't know. I like the under. It's a low number, 41. Gonna play that. I like that. We'll be playing that for a full unit. In terms of Bellator 268 on Saturday, exciting. We got UFC Vegas 40, a little down card, but we got 268 to supplement it. With Nemkov at the top, Ryan Bader versus Corey Anderson is an interesting one at the top. I mean, you'd think Corey Anderson, but that Bader guy looks so old. But I don't know. Chinny Anderson. Bader seems to be like opportunistic, smarter guy. They've sparred in the past a lot, so maybe Bader knows where the button is and can press it. I'm not sure. But the fights we were looking at, I was looking at Brent Primus over Benson Henderson. Primus, ground expert, jiu-jitsu expert, seems to have some like heavy punch kicks, whatever. I don't know. I've been seeing all this stuff about Benson Henderson talking about how he thinks he deserves a title shot, all this stuff. What's he doing not in that spot since Patricio relinquished the title so his brother could fight for it. All I hear is Benson Henderson talking about that kind of stuff. I got to get a little more into the tape, but it seems like he's going to have a pretty extreme advantage on the ground, and then getting it there. I don't know. Benson Henderson doesn't seem like it's I feel like Brent Primus might be able to walk through whatever, land something hard, get scrambles happening, something, figure out a way into a tape. I don't know. Getting it to the ground. I don't like the Benson Henderson's guy attitude. I haven't done enough tape study on that one yet. One I did dive deep into is, but I'm definitely not taking Benson Henderson, I'll tell you that. This Henry Corrales guy is a slight favorite against Vladislav Parubchenko. I like Corrales in this spot. Guy's a little too uncoordinated for my liking. I'm not a huge fan of the way the guy throws punches, does whatever, but he's a fight-ready guy, so he's got smart people in his corner preparing him. And he's facing like a wrestler. A guy that's maybe gonna be a little bit quicker, whatever. But this Corrales guy isn't great at that many things, but he's a damn good like counter wrestler. He's got great takedown defense, and I mean he's gonna be able to use experience, keep the fight in his world. If the guy was like marginally more coordinated, I'd be hammering it. I guess the line would be a lot wider. This guy's fought tough people. I don't know. I think this fight's pretty tailor-made for Corrales to get a dub. And then looking at Carl Albrechtsen versus this Yag Shiramudov as well. I want to make sure Albrechtsen has a good weight cut, and I want to see what the size difference looks like. But we're going to be giving up some quickness to the guy on the feet. But, this is the guy that where Albrechtsen wants to smother him, ground and pound. The last time this Yagshir Murdoch fought, he fought Corey Anderson, went through some brutal ground and pound. I feel like this, he's a tough, and he's actually got pretty good takedown defense to certain things. Like if you're trying to grapple him up top and get him down, but if you go down to his legs and stuff, there seems to be a lot of openings. Albrechtsen's comfortable doing that. Pretty confident he'll be able to get it to the ground at some point, unless he takes like a flash KO head kick. That would be the thing I'd be most worried about, like the similar thing that Yagshir Murdoch landed on Corey Anderson in the last fight, that kind of thing. But Albrechtsen seems like he has a chin. Seen him take a lot of punishment in some fights. Dude, this dude already fought Yuri in like his 7th pro fight, was fighting Yuri Prohaska in Ryzen. Albrechtsen's been through a lot. I don't know. As long as that looks a good match, well, I really feel like this Yagshir Murdoch guy is gonna like get on the ground and automatically be like, dude, not again. I'm not taking like elbows to the dome for another like 2 rounds against a huge dude. So I'm looking at those 3. The Astros Red Sox series kicks off tomorrow night. We got Framber Valdez against Chris Sale. We're in like anywhere from, it looks like minus 137-ish up to minus 145. The line's going to be moving the other way. People are going to be on the Red Sox in this, saying the line is just too wide. With a guy like Chris Sale on the mound, whatever models, algo people, I assume, are going to be on that piece to some extent. But I don't know. It depends where the line movement goes. I'm either going to lay off or I'm going to take a small piece of Houston just in game 1, just if this line gets too short. I mean, dude, Chris Sale. I mean, we can't. I'm not. Chris Sale, dude, still, I mean, against this Astros lineup, it's so methodical. It's such a surgeon in the postseason. You just need specific matchups to get it out. I guess Chris Sale can do some of that with the way he pitches. It's not a bad matchup, but dude, what Chris Sale last, like, even last 1 inning, last outing versus the Rays, let up like 5 runs. I mean, they sold his soul for the last championship. We're going to sell his soul twice. You can't do that. You ever seen the movie Bedazzled? Actually, I think he sells his soul. He gets a lot of wishes in that. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't think you can sell Sale's soul again. I mean, whatever. This is the battle of who's going to lose to the Braves in the World Series. We'll probably be looking to take Boston later on in the series. Hopefully Houston can get like an early lead or something. Pull the spreads a little wider. We'll be back on Boston in game 2. But it's Houston or nothing for me here. I mean, this is just, I don't know, though. Boston's used so many of those young guys too recently. Like, are they going to be going all, like, this might be a game where in a tough, because, I mean, one thing we know, Sale's not lasting too long, right? So what are they going to throw, like, Hook, Pivetta, all of them, like the kitchen sink in game 1? No, this will probably be one where Core tries to skirt by with a little less usage, and the Astros pounce on that opportunity. Core learns from it later in the series, whatever. I mean, if the Red Sox do make it to face the Braves in the World Series, think about it. That pitching staff's going to be at the end of its life. You really look at it, the Braves are in some good shape with just the shape everybody else looks like coming into the playoffs, right? Just how, like, the Astros look. And how, like, look at the Astros, like, middle relief situation. Like, that's a complete mess. That's not going to get you by against the Braves. The Red Sox, I mean, anything late, any pitching in general. I mean, the Red Sox are just cobbling it together. Core is such a good, like, clubhouse manager. Not even necessarily in-game manager, but a clubhouse manager that they all love each other so much that they're just pulling this, pitch staff's just pulling it out of their ass. But, I mean, these teams are not going to be able to challenge them. I think that was a big move tonight. With Scherzer coming in for the last inning of that game was a very, very big move tonight. Those slim margins in these games where runs are going to be at a premium between the Braves and Dodgers, I don't know. I think you might, I don't know if that was a good move. I'm excited. We'll look at the Braves tomorrow, and yeah, I think that's about all I got. I'm not sure. It'll be like early afternoon tomorrow. I'll probably post some kind of like tweet or something in case anybody wants to tune in, but I'll be recording that first. We're going to do like an NBA preview, just like different segments, like picking our playoff teams, most improved, some hot takes, different stuff like that for the NBA season coming up because it starts pretty damn soon. I think it starts on Tuesday. So that'll be definitely, probably do like 2 things by then. But yeah, hope everybody has a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and yeah, I'll put out some college football stuff tomorrow alongside. Tomorrow's show will be quite a bit longer. Hope everybody has a happy Friday.